what will the Tempest provide for large-scale combat? How will the Tempest work out with healing? Will it be a good heal class? Will it be a bad heal class? How do you combine it? What kind of group setups are good? And so on and so on and so on. So in that case, I'm gonna focus on World vs. World. Too bad Phantom isn't here. The internet is still blowing up. Yeah, we should maybe send him our power. Okay, anyway. Yeah, let's go over with some magic theory crafting, I would say. Or at least like showing the different kind of skills, so we can at least like do like the basic stuff, and later on we can go into discussing about different kind of builds, roles, build setups, skill setups, good setups, and so on and so on. So yeah, so that thing is hopefully working. Please, yep, it's working. So that's a simple Chrome here, and the camera. Oh fuck sake, I forgot the camera. Wait. Yeah, no, you totally love my face. So wait, there we go. Yo, too much. All right. Wait. So, okay, this is Guild. The Guild was skills for Net Editor. Yes, we all know it. It's already updated for the expansion, and I would say we just go through the basic things for those people who do not know what the Tempest is, what kind of skills he has, if they're good, if they're bad, and so on. And later on, we're actually gonna talk about, yeah, like the use, an actual combination, you know. Okay. Yeah, J-Ski, theory crafting. Woo! Alright, Elementalist, World vs. World, want to have... Oh wait, we need to enable Tempest first. There we go. And then we can actually go for... What is it? Dagger, Warhorn. Okay, the primary weapon is not so relevant, at least not at the first glance. I mean, in the end we first have to decide on what kind of Tempest we want. So, let's go through the Warhorn skills first. And yes, Fairy Stamp, I'm German. Touch German, much wow. Totally German. Alright. Yeah, first of all, the overcharge. Probably the most important ability that's gonna come with the Tempest. What does overcharge do? Overcharge basically gets your current achievement at a way higher cooldown, talking about 20 seconds, traded I think 16 seconds. This is basically unleashing a really strong AoE effect while you're casting, while you're overcharging, and then also a really strong AoE effect afterwards, lying on the ground, basically lasting there and damaging the enemies, and you know, doing stuff. And depending on your achievement, you have different effects. Basically, fire is you charge up, you apply burning, you pull smite to your friends, and if you actually have a specific build, you also get like triple protection. So it's basically fire damage, burning. You can stack burning up pretty good with the fire achievement. I think it was about 8 stacks or so it ticks pretty okay-ish for the damage. But in general, you want to focus on the water achievement and the air achievement, and sometimes the earth achievement, but mostly gonna work more with F3 and F4 than with actually F1. Yes, GW. Alright. So, overcharge for water is basically a big fat heal. Depending on your healing setup, the heal is actually pretty strong. During the beta weekends, I did some testing with the healing numbers, and I actually managed to heal about 6,000 on the last heal proc. Basically, you overcharge, and then when the bubble bursts, then you do like a big fat heal with about 6,000 damage heal. That song. But yeah, the heal is pretty strong, and as a Tempest you have a lot of healing capabilities. That's why I'm gonna present to you a support build developed. Okay, but yeah, basically overcharge, you apply heal, you apply regeneration, and then when the bubble bursts, then bam, big fat heal. Very important. So, Overload Air. Overload Air is actually more interesting because Overload Air has, compared to the other overcharges, a way higher range. And if you look at, for example, the fire overcharge range, it's about 180, while the air overload ability range is about 260. I'm not sure it's gonna get changed. In my opinion, it should be normalized over across all achievements, but currently right now is the overload air, the overcharge with the highest range and therefore with the highest use. Because overcharge is one pretty big disadvantage. If you overcharge something and leave the effect on the ground, it's not gonna move, it's gonna stay there. People do like 2 steps to the side and then Yeah, except to the side and they're out of the effect and not getting the negative effects anymore. Also, the damage from air is pretty much higher than the fire one. If you consider like the range, if you know, the raw damage from fire is higher, but air is way easier to hit. And earth obviously, Ripple, Bleeding, Immobilize. In my opinion, the Immobilize is pretty much the strongest thing here. Because you can like charge it, run to next to the enemy who tries to get you off, but you can't because you're overcharging, so you get stability and these kind of things, and then bam, gets then demobilized and it's then pretty much fucked. But yeah. Okay, this song is bad. By the way, music bot is playing, so if you guys have any recommendations regarding music, feel free edit. Alright. So, but now to the more important stuff. Except the overcharges. Warren skills. Basically what we get a couple of really strong skills and a couple of skills that are more lacklustering and could actually need a pretty big boost regarding utility. So what we have right now is here heatsink. Heatsink is basically boon share. There were notes on the forum from the devs regarding, okay, shall we maybe make this spell more like that it only shares might or it only shares a certain amount of boons or whatever. But right now, and in the last beta weekend, heatsink was a proper boon share. So basically, you stack up boons, be it from yourself or from your allies, use the one, boom, everyone has everything. And considering that Tempest is literally a boon machine, I mean, you're actually pooping auras all the time. You press a button, boom, aura. You press the other button, boom, aura. And usually you run either air or earth, so you get the additional boon support from the auras, and then if you use then the heatsink, then you pretty much double the stuff, unless you actually hit the boon cap, but it's very unlikely. The wildfire is pretty okay. It's a combo field fire, has a pretty big range, also pretty slow, so it's pretty nice for might stacking, whatever, but in general it's an okay skill, not really awesome. Lemon, you have to put down the entire URL, otherwise bot will not recognize it. Okay. Then we have Tidal Surge. Tidal Surge has a knockdown, regeneration, heal, pretty much a skill you just throw in sometimes, it's okay. But not a, let's say, game-defining skill. Then you have the Water Field. That's pretty much one of the first moving fields, like, ever. The thing is, you put that thing down, and then you have a water globe moving off, and it's literally a mobile water field. That's actually pretty interesting. I mean, not because it's like new and whatever, but it's how to say it. It adds an aspect to the game that has not been in there yet, because you can actually you can like push forwards in the water field and blast, and that is something that is like missing. I mean, if you look at World for for example, World for is extremely fast and people are moving all the time, and pretty much the moment you decide to put down a field, then you're already somewhere else. Okay, that's a bit exaggerated. Let's say if you start to cast the field and the field is down, then the chances are pretty high that the people you want to help with the field, they're already a bit further. And by using the water globe, you can actually try to direct where the comet is moving. Of course they're banned from the music board because they're requesting stupid stuff. Okay, but yeah. It's pretty okay, because it's a water field that lasts pretty long. The healing itself is kind of weak, so you can pretty much ignore it, but it's more about the water field. And of course it's unblockable, so whatever you do, it's not gonna disappear. You can just let it run and then blast in it. One very important skill that many people may or may not underestimate, Cyclone. You may not believe it, but this skill is actually the shit. In a positive speaking. This skill is basically one of the best ones to strip stability of the enemies. Besides boon strip and corruption. What the thing is doing, that thing is has about it's like shooting a tornado in front and then dragging enemies towards the tornado, and it ticks really often. 9 times each 3 times, so you in total can strip about 27 stacks of stability. So if you aim it properly, you can strip about 27 stacks of stability from entire Zerg, if you're lucky. So in theory, it's a pretty strong spell. And also with the fact that the thing has only 25 seconds cooldown and only a 1 second cast time, it's pretty strong. Oh, and also Red Cobra, it's unblockable. Unblockable, yes. Unblockable in terms of you cannot make it disappear. The thing is, it will still strip your stability. first, of course. Yeah, and then with Lightning Orb also interesting ability. Personally, I like this kind of design because it's like one of these shoot and forget spells. So you shoot that thing and it can directly go on to more important things like overcharging or using the number 4. So it's pretty okay. The damage is kind of weak. That definitely needs a buff, but in general, the skill is okay. Even though some more support here on number 5 slot for air would be nice. I don't know, maybe like a mass Sunbreak or something. I don't know. Okay, number 4. Now to some more interesting stuff. Sun Squall. Sun Squall is basically you cast an aura, magnetic aura, and depending on the traits you choose, you already also get then all the aura share capabilities. So you will be able to give your entire party magnetic aura by using this one. And compared to magnetic aura from the staff, this one is actually more powerful because you don't only give you magnetic aura yourself, you also give you protection and you increase the duration of your boon. So this is basically the magnetic aura in stronger, like way stronger. Would be nice if they would buff magnetic aura to like level of Sun Squall. Hint hint. Right. Dust Storm also one of these drop and forgot spells. Pretty strong one actually, because this one is dropping a lot of blindness on the enemies. Seriously, it's really a lot of blindness what it drops. 5-second duration, 2-second interval, so 6 targets, and each interval has then 5 impacts. Apparently, it hits a lot. I didn't check entirely how many it hits. I was more focusing on this one because it's a blind. You can get it from somewhere else, but it's an actual, in theory, ability stripping machine. But yeah, blind is pretty strong. No, Flynny, word versus word, hate non-word versus word, so makes sense. Nah. Just a bit. Okay. But yeah, so much about the Warhorn skills. Let's go over to the healing one. This one, I fucking love this one. Not because of what it does, but the amount of heal it provides. Wash the pain away, healing ability, Warhorn, so it's a shout. And what this heal does, it basically heals depending on the amount of range you are. And you can see here, the closer you are, the bigger the heal is. And the first step, with proper healing gear, you heal up to 8 fucking thousand. You see, you run through your melee train, use this one, boom! You see the big 8,000 on 5 people in total. And that's really great. Flynny, you are not reading White Dagger and not Scepter. Flynny, for weapon choice later. Weapon choices later. Alright. But yeah, healing spell very, very strong. Also, the fact, 25 seconds cooldown, which is comparably low compared to other healing spells, and the amount of heal you get out of it is top notch. So, I like this one. Okay, now we also got 5 different shouts. We got 2 good shouts, and 2, in my opinion, not so good shouts. Okay, first of all, Feel the Burn. Feel the Burn is basically, you shout Feel the Burn, I know, and then you get an AoE field around here, which is applying burn and applying burn to enemies, and applying fiery aura to your allies. It's basically an aura provider, considering that it only has 20 seconds cooldown. You can use it pretty often. Flash Freeze was the other one. Flash Freeze is the same, but with Chill and Frost Aura. Also pretty nice cooldown, 25 seconds. The only problem is that this one has a 0.25 seconds cast time. So you cannot use it when you're overcharged. You cannot use it somewhere in between. That's by the way the good thing about Feel the Burn. It does not have a casting time, so you can just pop it whenever the fuck you want. So if you're overcharging, you press a button and then burp, you use it. That doesn't work with Flash Freeze because of the cast time. So that's why Feel the Burn is actually pretty strong. Not as a skill, but as an aura provider. How can you get the new traits in the editor? City, you just go to the site, and then on specialization, make sure that you edit the specialization to the traits. Then you unlock the weapon and the new skills. Right. Okay, that's basically the one shouts I like. The shouts I don't like, Eye of the Storm. 45 seconds cooldown. Really? First thing. Second thing, super speed. It's okay. Super speed is nice. And the stun break also. But only super speed and a stun break on a 45 seconds cooldown. It's like, I don't know, nothing. Give it shocking aura. Give it shocking aura and I would say, okay, we can talk about it. Shocking aura and maybe 35 seconds cooldown. That would be top. But stun break and super speed on 45 seconds cooldown, that's just, I don't know, pretty weak. I mean, I'm talking from a World vs. World point of view, because super speed is there kinda useless. But yeah. Alright, and the fourth one we have is Shock and Aftershock. Shock and Aftershock also like Flash Freeze, cast them 0.25 seconds cooldown, so you can not pop it whenever you like. Gives Magnetic Aura, gives Cripple, gives Mobilize. It's pretty strong by, you know, the effects, which is Cripple and Immobilize. The only problem is that you have a, how do I say it, 50 seconds cooldown, which is at least the double amount of what it needs to be, let's say, useful. Not because the skill is not strong, but because that the skill's primary use, the shot's primary use, in my opinion, is not the effect, but more like the aura application, but I will come to that later. Wow, Gem. No, we're getting hosted. We're currently making a little review session. Previous session about the Tempest. We're basically just recapping about what we already know, and discuss some builds later on. Wow, Ixa. Screw you. Isn't After Storm party white? Stunbreak. Yes, Aka. All the shouts, they're all party white. Very important. I'm not sure if I forgot to, you know, to note it. But all the shouts, they're AoE. This is AoE is for your party and your enemies. This is AoE for your party. This is AoE for your party and enemies. And this is also party and enemies. And you also have a pretty good range, 600. They removed it, they upped it from, I think, 380 to 600 after the first patch because the range was a bit lacklustering. But yeah. Okay, so that's basically the 4 shouts we get. And we get a new thing. Please tell me you hopefully did read the new changes. No, not the super new, because there are no super new. Yep, you heard right. I went through the forum because I actually expected some changes for the Tempest for the release, and there were none. Yeah. So this is the current state of the Tempest, as you know. We may get some last minute changes for the release, but so far from what we saw, probably not. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, the Tempest already looks pretty great. At least for World vs. World. Yeah, I'm not talking about PvE, I'm not talking about PvP. I'm talking about World vs. World. Because many people are complaining about the fact that Tempest may or may not be useful for PvP/PvE. So our focus here is on World vs. World. If you want a PvP point of view, then I would recommend you to annoy the fuck out of Phantaram once he gets his internet sorted, which should be hopefully soon. Then he can tell you some things about Tempest and PvP. So we're gonna focus on World vs. World. Because in World vs. World, Tempest will have an actual use. Yeah, that is right. It will be useful! Yay! Okay, let's continue. Rebound. Rebound is the new elite skill, which got totally reworked. Because the first implementation of the skill was lacklustering. Like, a lot. What it did before was basically it reduced the cooldown. On the 60-second cooldown, reduced the cooldown on the next spell used by 25%. Everyone was like, what? Yeah. Okay, so skill got reworked. What it does now, it's basically blocking the death blow for 5 seconds. If you have to buff up and get a death blow in the 5 seconds, you get a pretty big heal. It says 2000. If you add up healing power, you should end up at about 4,000, 5,000 also, so it's pretty okay. Yeah, of course, I know for a melee turn it's not really high, but the fact it's blocking the death blow and actually increasing the lifespan of your party members, it's pretty strong. If it does not block, it's gonna give you another aura, so you can also apply additional heal, can apply additional boons, auras, and so on and so on. So it's pretty good. Gem, do you really think that the Tempest will be used in World vs. World then? Yes and no. The thing is, we cannot answer this question yet. My statement is, the Tempest definitely has a use. A pretty big use. In theory. the problem is that the Tempest main use, from what I personally would use it for World vs. World, would be as a support bitch, as a melee character in the melee train, in combination with a couple of Guardians and maybe Revenant. There are a couple of downsides, and there's also a pretty strong competitor in terms of amount of field produced, the Druid. And that's like the problems I would now really love to take over. Basically, let's say we have a Tempest build. Personally, I would run with 2 shouts to provide auras, 1 or shit button, which is the blink, pretty strong. So we have now a pretty focused build. So we need water with powerful aura. I'll go over it later again. Cleansing wave for the support, and as for the extra aura proc. And then depends on what you prefer, either air for more offensive stuff or earth for actually more defensive stuff. Can go then for what was it? Yeah, element shielding. Was rock solid for extra stability, and stone hearts. Basically what this build is doing. Oh wait, on Bastion. They're all pretty bad. Wait, yeah, this one. Okay. Tempest traits. Let's quickly go over them before. Then we got everything, and then we can talk about builds. So basically, what does a Tempest get? The first one gives you access to the overcharge humans, so that's baseline. Then we get extra swiftness when overloading and extra protection when overloading. So basically, we get a couple of boons while we overload stuff. And then we can choose. Gale Song, trigger Eye of the Storm when a foe attempts to control you by stun days, etc. pp. It's okay, but 45-second cooldown is pretty strong here as well. If they would reduce the cooldown, let's say, to 25 seconds, not only for the skill itself, but also for this one, then I would say, okay, worth considering. But 45 seconds cooldown on a internal spell is just too high. Legend Stamina. Apply Vigor on a radius when attuning to water. Granting Vigor to allies also restores a potion of endurance. 3 seconds. Nah, not really. And reduce gain 10 is also really weak. And then we get now the more interesting part. Unstable Conduit. Basically, when you overcharge, you apply an aura. If you run powerful aura, you also apply the aura not only to you, but also to your party members. And if you apply an aura not only to you, but also general, then you have this one. And that's basically my most favorite trait ever. Basically what it does, it gives you your aura and healing ability. If you apply an aura, you heal. The tests we did during Beta Weekend 2 and 3, because one was Gamescom and that wasn't here, were about that you heal for, let's say, 2000 per aura applied. Wait, 2000 per aura applied. Did you have like 10 auras you could cast? Exactly. 1 aura, 2 aura, 3 aura, 4 aura, 5 auras. 5 auras you can cast. If you take then the overcharge with you 6 hours, and if you consider that the shells are also supposed to give you an aura and then get copied via aura share to your mates, then it should be also another 7th aura. I think it was bugged a bit. Not entirely sure what is the intentional behavior or not. I think we're gonna wait a bit until it is stable in that regard. So let's say we can poop out 7 auras out of nowhere. You know, we overcharge, then we use our both shouts, use then this one and this one, and we just casted 7 auras on the people. No, Jam. The 30 seconds cooldown does not apply to the auras. It's applying to the frost aura you can cast. The thing is, it's a trait with 2 things. The first thing is basically you heal when you cast an aura. And the ICD is actually for the frost aura applied. Yeah. Yo, BMX, good evening. So basically every aura you apply gives heal, and we talked and said about 2000 with healing power gear. This proper is standard healing power gear, and healing runes like Monk, healing buff food, and so on. You should be easily able to get to about, let's say, 2.5k. Yeah, Shaban, I'm gonna come to that soon as well. But very good point, thank you. So you have about 7 auras you can throw out, and if you now do some basic math, 7 multiplied by 2000. Oh, right. 14,000 heal on yourself and your entire party in a split second. And that's pretty strong. Considering that Guardians run like what, 20-25,000 hit points with proper tank here, so it's like, oh, my party is going down. Bam, 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 bam. And then, whee, they're up again. And have all kind of auras on them. Have then 1 minute of protection and everything. And the good thing is, you can do this combo not like once every 5 minutes. No, you can do it like every 20 seconds. I mean, look at the cooldowns of the spells. Yes, Saka, we hosted. That's why we're gonna do this recap session. So you can use then Feel the Burn. You can Flash Freeze. You can use Shocking Aura. You have the cooldowns on all the spells. They're, let's say, for this combination, rather short. The other problem is you pretty much have to use all your spells in a machine gun manner. But in theory, you can poop out 7 hours and heal like your entire party for 50,000 and give them a shit ton of boons. Yeah. Oh yeah, and you also have this one here, Earthen Proxy, which is basically improving your protection usefulness from 33% to 40%. I'm not sure how it's working, if it's bugged or not, which protection is counting, if let's say the protection with the highest amount is counting and so on. I think we need a lot of testing in that regard. In general, the Tempest needs a lot of testing because we are not sure, we're not even sure about the intended behavior. Ew, okay, oh wait, game is disconnected. So, but yeah, so much about in theory. The problem is, it's gonna take a while until we figure out, okay, if it's useful or not. Then about the good things. The advantages of the Tempest. The Tempest, of course, has a couple of really disadvantages. Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Basically, what the disadvantages of a Tempest are very simple. First of all, you do not have your own proper stability cells. Okay, people don't say, hey, why don't you just use Armor of Earth? Because Armor of Earth has an incredible high cooldown to be viable as a melee class. The thing is, it's like what? 75 seconds? Trade it maybe 60 seconds, and you're not gonna trade it because you want to have the Condition Cleanse from Cleansing Wave. So you don't have a proper stability. So you're relying on your party members. So you will have, you need basically 2 Guardians, which are not only give you stability, but also give you Condition Cleanse, because you're lacking stability. Condition Cleanse. Hi, Captain! Captain or Captain, good evening. But yeah, that's basically the downside of Tempest. You are not a character that works alone in melee. It just does not work. Ah, Skipto. Right, one thing. What did I forget? Yeah, okay. No stability, no Condition Cleanse. Yeah, Lootboards actually got a pretty nice page here. Yeah, Lootboards, I'm gonna do some super mega fancy shameless self-advertising here. Not self-advertising, but Lootboards advertising. He got some basic thoughts into how you could fit the Tempest into the melee train. Basically, what you will have, or what you will need as a Tempest is, you need 2 Guardians. You just need to. And that's the problem. If you don't get stability, if you don't get Condition Cleanse, you're toast. Don't get stability. You need your own stability. You just do. Yeah, and what you pretty much fit on the other slots, that is pretty much entirely on to your group design. Probably Revenant for support, because Revenant also has a lot of support. It's also pretty strong. Doesn't provide the amount of healing, but also has a shit ton of support. Reaper, Warrior, DPS Warrior, Shout Warrior, whatever your heart needs. Oh yeah, and Tempest. But at the end, it depends on what you prefer, what you as a guild, what you need. I mean, it's just a little thing here that Lootboards drew, which is actually, in my opinion, pretty accurate. Okay. Oh yeah. Also, one very important point which I forgot. Competition. Yeah, got it right. The Tempest will not be the only class that will have access to excessive healing. The other class we're talking about is the Druid. The Ranger specialization will also have access to a shit ton of heal. From the current state of the game, this amount of heal is actually way stronger than that what Tempest can offer. First thing. Second thing, Druid is actually ranged. Yeah. Tempest is a melee class. Tempest needs to be in the melee to actually play out his full power cards, while the Druid can just sit back, drink coffee, have some popcorn, and then throw a heal from 1.2k range. The Tempest can't do that. So you have like also disadvantage that the Tempest is melee compared to Druid. So what is very important is very soon. What is very important is that we figure out, okay, how much worse, in case, if it is worse, how much worse is Tempest compared to Druid in terms of healing output? Because don't forget, I talked to you about how many auras we have. Oh yeah, talk about auras. Also, one very important point. Auras do not stack anymore. They just don't. Aura stack only to 1 stack. So basically, if you apply an aura, and that person already has that aura, the new aura replaces the old one with the full duration. So basically you cannot pop Frost Aura 5 times anymore and get then, let's say, 30 seconds of Frost Aura. That doesn't work anymore. You get maximum 5 seconds. That's in my opinion kinda counterproductive for an aura-based build as Tempest, and will also mean then that you as a Tempest will have to be pretty careful on how to maximize your usefulness. Because if you do like this 7 aura combo we did before, then you will definitely have, let's say, 2 or 3 times your Frost Aura, so you will have like 2 aura effects. Only the aura, not the application of the boons or the heal. Only the aura effect will just go poof, and that's then, of course, something that you may want to avoid. But yeah, Tempest is more about yeah, this emergency heal. Okay. So, okay, so that's so much about the Tempest as a melee class. Now the question. What weapon should I use? What question? Next question. No. In general you have 2 options. Well, 3 options actually. Let's say if you want to play melee Tempest, you either take a dagger or the scepter. In general, it's hard to decide. Dagger has extra shocking aura, has an extra blast, and does actually a good amount of damage, also with the burning and the conditions, and it's pretty okay. Don't underestimate the shocking aura, that's pretty strong. The scepter actually has blast, 2 blasts on here. Was not blast, no, not really playing that often though. And of course the extra toughness you get from the rock bearer. Sorry, armor. So the question is then more, okay, what weapon set do we use? Personally, I would prefer dagger, because having access to another aura is heavily synergizing with the build, depending on what kind of build you use. Personally, I love this one. And if you use dagger, then we have like access to another aura, which is pretty nice. Scepter is of course more for mid range, so if you don't want to run directly on the melee train, but want to more like stick around between the melee train and the mid range, then you can actually use Scepter as well. It's also working. You can pretty much like do like this hit and run that dagger allies do. J-Skiff, in the last speed was heatsink a full boon share? Yes, it was. I was surprised about that as well, because they actually said that the boon share is supposed to get replaced from an overall boon share to a boon share that's, let's say, focusing only on might. So pretty much giving it a hard nerf. That didn't happen yet. If we can, well, things I didn't try it out. So if you follow the tooltips, both in-game and here in the editor, then the boon stack is pretty much the same. So Johnny, you can stack up to 25 stacks of might solo on Scepter Warhorn. Let me think about it. Yeah, but with the overcharge it should be possible. Not bad. Yeah, but might stack is something that you rarely do in for this world. Of course you stack up your boons and everything, but do it with your mates so you don't have to like any fancy combos. Aka, is Venom Share banned in TVGs? Well, officially we can't ban things because we cannot enforce them, but pretty much all guilds agreed upon to not use Venom Share. Because it's just, I don't know, it's too strong and really hard to counter. Well, even pretty much not to get counter. Yes, Sharper, I agree with you. If the number 4 the heatsink gets nerfed to might spread only, then it's rather useless. But of course you can still use it, but it makes the most sense to be a proper boon share. I mean, other classes have boon share as well. Why not give it? Why not leave it on the Tempest as well? I mean, if you use your combo, if your Guardians give you boons and so on and so on, and you have like this nice little fat boon bar on you, why not share it? That's pretty nice. Okay, Johnny, can you send me that video on a via PM? Sounds interesting. Okay, there's also something that is good thought for food. No, food for thought, other way around. This one. Imbued melodies. Basically, if you're below the health threshold of 90%, which is actually most of the time, every time you get hit, you can cast Sense Squall. Yeah, like every 10 seconds. Which is considering really, really strong, that you actually get like an aura proc every 10 seconds. The only problem is you won't actually lose then the aura here, so in general, a very strong trait, but I wouldn't share it to this one, but I don't know. Maybe someone has some fancy ideas what you could do with this one. Maybe not an aura share, but an say selfish aura-oriented Tempest. I mean, it could work. They get literally perma protection, and don't have to focus then so hard on the shouts because you get then a lot of the auras from the trait. Oh yeah, also have Lucid Singularity. In general, good idea, but personally I would move it rather to the melee trait, to the melee line. Because what this thing does, basically condition duration reduced by 100% when you overcharge. There's only one big problem, which is stability. We talked about the Tempest having no access to stability, and it is still a problem. So yes, of course, you will be able to negate pretty much all movement impacting conditions, but you still don't have extra stability, so if you run over a line, then you get knocked down and your overcharge gets interrupted instantly. Yo, Bassett! Yo, okay, got the mail, thank you. Last Bini, you find still Tempest underwhelming. Okay, yeah, I think we covered everything, so we can go now into discussion if you guys want. Right. But did we... I think we covered everything. Oh yeah, and gear choice would be then something like, I don't know, Sentinel... Was it Sentinel? I think it was Sentinel. This one. No. No. Wait. No? Wait, which one was it? No. Yeah, this one. No. I forgot which one this was. It was Vitality, Toughness, Healing Power, and then combined with some Celestial should be able to get a pretty good healing output. Nomads? Yeah, I think it was Nomads. But I'm not sure how good access we have. Oh yeah. Yeah. 1000 Vitality, Healing Power. I don't know. A gear choice would be something like use 6 Nomads parts and fill up with Celestial or something. So I get a okay-ish damage from Celestial parts. There's some pretty strong filters you can use for healing as well. For example, you have which one was it? This one. 12.5% extra healing output. That's pretty nice, and you can combine it then with something like on weapon swap, was it? Yeah, healing by allies and weapon swap. 60 radius. The thing is, it sounds like also pretty well. I mean, it's also like an additional 1k healing you get from each weapon swap you do, attunement swap you do. Well, on a 9-second cooldown. That's also extra nice. Again, the thing is, you get so many extra sources of healing. Not only from the traits, but also from the thingy. You can go there, for example, from the rune set for Monk. 10% extra healing output. Or you can use this one every time you use the healing spell, then you also apply another heal. That one is rather weak. It was about 1k heal. One problem. Second problem, you need to cast the spell through the full spell. So if you interrupt the spell at halfway, then no way. Oh, yes, yes, mother! Sorry, I totally forgot them. Radiance! Where do we find them? Do we have them here? Yeah, Radiance. Oh god, wait, Vitality was a link. Radiance. Yeah, there. Those ones. When you receive an aura, again 5 seconds of swiftness. One thing. When you use a heal skill, again 4 seconds of light aura. Okay, if that works with aura share is a different question, and if it also gives boons. But the third one. The duration of auras you apply increased by 33%. That's actually pretty goddamn awesome. Of course, you're killing your heal a bit by 10% or something, but you increase your utility from the auras you apply. But still, the problem remains that auras do not stack, so all the auras you apply, they overwrite each other. So you can, of course, apply 4 or 5 different auras to your allies, but if you apply then the aura again, then you're lacking the extra bonus from the duration. So it's capped at 5 seconds. So it would be nice to get a change here. You know, I mean, what would be a solution? I mean, of course, you cannot let it stack like to 5 stacks, so we have like 25 seconds of shocking aura. That would be ridiculous. I agree with that. But why not implement something like a diminishing return? So the first stack of aura you apply is 5 seconds, the second stack is then 3 seconds, the third stack is 1 second, and the fourth stack is then 0.5 seconds, or whatever. But that duration you add, it's not fully lost. That would be great. But yeah. Okay, we have now another 15 minutes. I would say we go now a bit into discussion. Our runs. Trooper. Trooper not. You only have 4 shouts. Not sure what it was, this one. Shouts remove a condition from each affected ally. If I would say auras remove a condition from each affected ally, I would say, okay, this is awesome, this is nice. This gives Tempest condition cleanse what we need. But it does not, it does only use shout, and we have 4 shouts, which is still comparably good. But if you compare to Radiance or Monk with 10% extra outgoing here, I would say, nah. Let's rather use Radiance, so we have then like the extra duration on the auras and extra aura power things. Auras are currently, next to quickness, one of the strongest boons. Well, not boons, but buffs. I mean, shocking aura that is stunning you when you hit him, or frost aura with extra damage reduction, applying a lot of chill, burning fury aura with the burn, getting aura with the reflect. It's pretty goddamn strong, and by using those runes, you even extend the effect more. So I would not waste it. Yeah, Hardlast. Tank Tempest may be a thing to go. I mean, the expansion is not out yet. We don't know yet what's gonna happen. I mean, I played Tank Tempest already, and it worked surprisingly well. Basically, the party I supported survived all the time, while all the other people around me just died. But yeah. If guilds will use it or not use it, if it will find a spot in SPVP, yes or no, what we're gonna see. I also played this build, the support build for PvE. Basically what we did, we went on the Monday, on the last day of the last beta weekend, we went into the PvE dungeon with 10 people. And we had 2 Tempests, I was the support bitch, and the other guy was doing damage, I think. Didn't feel much of it. Sorry. And you could actually see like how the health goes down, because there's so many random AoE going on, and I was like, okay, I used my combo and bam bam bam, and you see that healing going up again. And you could also see then when I was like failing with the rotation, because keeping up the rotation is kind of difficult since it's pretty much new, of course. And when I failed rotation, I could really see like how people were dying, because the heal was missing. So I would say there may be even the use for PvE as well. I'm not sure if the heal is strong enough. The thing is, we don't even know yet how much heal will be necessary. But what I can tell you is, thanks to the shouts and the ranges, I mean, we have 600 range on the shouts. We have on the aura applications. What's that? Our share was 600 as well. It got also buffed. Yeah, our share got buffed to 600. That's like half of the long range. So we can apply auras, and we don't have the problem anymore that the auras got lost. Because there was an actual problem of the aura share elementals back in the days, that you applied, or like tried to apply auras and they just got lost because the range was just about 300. And we don't have the problem anymore, so can be a proper overshare Mansa 2.0, so to say. Yo, RPG Shack, I'll be ready. Like very soon. Right. Vomoli did try first circle with a bit of Celestial roaming. Oh yeah. That's also one thing I did not try out entirely. Well, I tried it. Talking about fresh air. Fresh air on Tempest. This one. This. Well, like this. Fresh air reduces the attunement from air to 0 when you critically hit. I'm not sure. Either my crit was ridiculously bad, or I just didn't crit. I don't know. Or it's bugged. Possible as well, but in theory, it's also supposed to affect your overcharge, so do your air overcharge, swap out with someone, and then you'll be able to jump into air again, then do like your, I don't know, air stuff, and then can overcharge again after 5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds. So that's actually pretty nice as well, and the possibilities are pretty awesome. But yeah, the problem is here that you would lack like the protection from Earth, but yeah, I mean, where we're gonna end up at the end, that's something that we're gonna wait. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yep. Guys, I hope you can listen to me. We have now, yep, people is dying. Boo! Yeah, great. Yeah, yeah, internet just crashed more or less, so I'm gonna quickly poke up the check that he hopefully ready to take over. Oh, clean room. No! Cat is sleeping on the bed, I can't. There. Well, you can't see Cat, but Cat is there on the bed. Flinny, that's my internet having problems. It's okay that it's actually happening a bit earlier than expected, but yeah. No, it's just my internet. German internet quality, yeah, no, it's terrible. Yeah, it would be great if RPG Check could take over, because it's very unlikely to finish, and I'm not really eager to continue when I'm not sure that stuff is working. Now the bit rate is going up again. It's like a roller coaster going up and down. Terrible. Okay, let me just check here. Are you guys from Germany also having connection problems today? Poe, this connection problem is something that it's something I have on a regular basis. Because there's like a distortion signal coming from the neighborhood, and my ISP still did not find the source yet. For 6 months. Yes. I'm not happy about it. But yeah. Also, there's a lot of problems reported lately in Germany as well. So it's not only a local problem, but also a general problem in Germany as well. But this one is a local problem. Very likely. Okay. Thanks, Mobile Kirche. Ah, that queue. Right. Yeah, let's wait a minute or so. I hope RPG Check. Would you please take over? At least I have no idea how the internet is now behaving here. Well, no, it's still jumping around here. Alright, yeah, let's say we have still 7 more minutes to go. Do you guys have any question regarding Tempest? Edgam. Oh, fuck, no I can't. I redid the cable management. Wait, I can actually, like this. Yeah, Cat. Come Cat, say hi. Fuck you, Cat. I redid the cable management so I cannot move the camera again. Has set a better chair. Hey! I love my chair. It's a beautiful chair. I need to replace that thing soon. Right, oh. Check the TV again. Yeah, it seems like it's getting better. I mean, it's still jumping around, but the packet loss is dropping, which is good. More like robot internet. Exactly. Yeah, I know my internet is terrible here. Alright. So, if you guys have any questions regarding the Tempest or ideas, feel free to drop them. For example, one idea that I would just throw into the room. Stuff Tempest. Not a Tempest with a Warhorn, not a Tempest with a dagger, a Tempest with a staff. Good and bad things. Good things is, you can actually use a third trade line on stuff. The thing is, the stuff trade lines are pretty much interchangeable. So you can replace one of them with the Tempest trade, so you get access to the overcharges. Problem with Stuff Tempest. There's still the thingy here. Yep. Second. There you go. Problem with Stuff Tempest is the abilities, utilities. They are all short range. They are all point blank AoE around you on a 600 range. So you have the problem that if you use them, that they will not synergize with your Stuff's gameplay, because the Stuff gameplay is about being on range, providing damage from far, providing pinpoint damage, or continuous damage, but from a range. And all the skills, all the things you get from the Tempest specialization, the burn or flashes for example, or the other shouts, or the overcharges, they're all short range, so you really have problems to find possibilities to use the skills to synergize with your gameplay properly. So that's kinda tricky. So Naxo, Nomad plus City or full Nomad? Depends on. Nomad will definitely give you the most tanking capability, and probably also one of the biggest healing outputs. Personally, I think it will rather end up with something with a mix, like Nomad mixed with Celestial. So, it will probably be a mix. Because, I mean, even if you run full Nomad, I mean, you will be incredibly tanky. You can probably run inside the blob, and then you have 50 people focusing you. You won't die. But you're not much more of use than a big punching bag. Oh, wait, did that drop again? Oh, it's jumping up again. Yeah, it's like jumping up and down. Holy hell. Depending on where you buy it. Yeah, moving here all the time. First internet, AO. Feel free to take over, RBD. Kinch, well, don't the shouts provide you with party utility? Yes and no. The problem with the shouts is, of course, the range is kinda big, but they only apply auras, and let's say the core element, the core utility the auras provide is in combination with traits, be it aura, okay, aura share in that case maybe not, but stuff like what was it, elemental shielding. So you get like the big boons out. That's what you use the auras for, as a boon machine. Yes, sorry guys, the thing is, the last 2 days my internet was stable. Not super stable, but stable enough to go for the 6-hour streams. And yeah, apparently does not want today. Don't ask me why. But my ISP is apparently not doing their job for a very long time now. That's what I can guarantee you. So, yo. And sire. Okay, anyway, the host is supposed to move over to RPG Shack in about 2 minutes, and he will talk about, a second, I forgot, he was covering 2 specializations, there. Revenant and Herald. IKEA the Revenant. Yeah, okay. Soon, TM. Right. Let's... it's still jumping around. Okay. XRDM. What do I think about air? 133 air, 133 air, 31 Tempest 333. Nelly. Wait, let me check again. Check. We said Air, Earth, Tempest. There we go. 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, and 3, 3, 3. I mean, the Tempest with 3, 3, 3 is pretty much standard. So, Diamond Skin. I would rather say no. Depends on the weapon set. If you play Scepter, we could say okay, or Scepter stuff, I would say okay. Diamond Skin makes sense. But in general, you want to, or like in general, you're gonna stay below the threshold. So using Diamond Skin, I don't know. You will hit this below the threshold way too fast. Fresh air, yeah, Tempest defense, yeah, that's pretty standard. Yeah, the problem is it's a pretty, I don't know, a pretty selfish build. The problem is that you're lacking the aura share, which you want. You want this one, the powerful aura with the Tempest. That's like, I don't know, salt and pepper, tacos and taco sauce. No, bad example. Germans and beer, Germans and cars. You know, they belong together. Very important. Fresh things. Yeah. Arcane is not even so important anymore these days. Yeah. The thing is, Arcane of course has a lot of utility as a standalone thingy from the Evasive Arcana because of the blast and the heal. But in general, you don't need it anymore. At least not so much. I mean, what do you get? You get the boon swap. Of course, you will need a couple of elementals to have it, so you can boon stack. Under the assumption that boon stack will actually stay allowed, because there's like ongoing discussions if boon stack should be allowed during GVGs, yes or no, and that is something that's totally up for discussion. If yes, you will need a couple of people, so you keep on the boon stack. If no, then probably not. Dagger focus. Dagger focus with that build? Oh. That makes sense. But that's a more like a dual build, like a very selfish build. I mean, it works. Theory. Probably pretty good actually, as a dual build or something. But large scale you would be rather this though. Well called, the poof is, or like was happening like 10 minutes ago. Now apparently it's gone again, which is good. For now. Please stay away. Right. Wait. There. How's the queue going? Ah, still 30? God damn you. Alright, anyway, yeah. What about giveaways, guys? I got a shit ton of stuff. Like gems, yeah, mini pets and stuff, codes basically. And I'm not sure if we're gonna start to give them away now, or if you should wait for our 24-hour stream. That is on Friday, when the release hits. Right. Dear for commanding, is that commanding? Nah, no. Elemental is commanding. The thing is, if you want to command, you actually need, let's say, personal stuff. Let me quickly get Chrome here, because the flash is annoying OBS. Seriously, Chrome with flash and not OBS are currently having problems. Oh, there. Is he over his time? No. Is the host still not moving? Test. The host should be on RPG check now. Okay, since people are commenting on the song right now, I guess no. Yeah. It's a Dragon Smash song. Actually from the original OST. Yeah, someone requested that. Okay. Right. Yeah. Friday, we're gonna have the big madness. Release is gonna hit midnight any time, which is 9 AM my time. So I'm gonna get up very early and I will stream as long as possible until my internet goes poof. So we should at least have about, I don't know, 12 hours. If internet does not go poof, then we're just gonna go for 24, 30 hours until I fall asleep. Like Rom. Yeah, that was hilarious. So, yeah. Okay, but from my side, the Tempest stuff is over, unless you guys want me to cover some things. I mean, from my point of view, the Tempest will definitely have its use as a support character. The only problem is still, how will it deal with the problem that it does not have any self ability, and how will it deal with the fact that the Druid has way stronger support via range. So it's a bit problematic to figure out how useful it is, if yes, no, and so on. Right. What time zone? CST. Yes, Germany, GMT +2. We check the maps here. D. Overlord's being stun breaks, it's perhaps one of the best things ever.